Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Okay, you can put your mics on and we'll chant together some japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama,
Sorry?
Rama, Hare Hare.
I've had some, that's what I'm telling you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
It's
Hare.
okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama Hari
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Hare Rama
Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hari Rama Hari Rama
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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna Hare Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama 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 Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Hari 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari 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 Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Oh,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari Krishna Hari Rama Hari Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hari Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Hari Rama Hari Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Hari Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Rama
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hari Hari.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama
Oh my
Rama,
Lord.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Radha
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Radha
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Radha
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Radha
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Radha
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Radha
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Radha.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Madhava, Radha
Hare
Madhava,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Oh, my Lord Shri Krishna, oh, Lord in my heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, my Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama.
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Jaya
Rama.
Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai
Jaya
Jai
Jaya
Shri
Sri
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya, Jaya
Jai
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Jaya Nityananda,
Jaya
Jaya
Sri
Jai
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Shri
Chandra,
Chandra,
Chaitanya,
Jai
Jaya
Jaya
Gaura
Gora
Gauta
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda. All right, thank you for coming. Ah, Krishna. If you don't get up in the morning and have Radha and Krishna dance in your heart, you're not living yet. You're not alive. There's no life. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Continuing on. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 46. Text number 36. Oh, most fortunate ones. So Uddhava he goes to Vrindavan. He's speaking to the residents there. He's speaking to Nanda and Yashoda because he sees their love, their special love, and he praises it. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, he praises that special love. And that's the secret, man. Praising that love. Isn't that really the secret of why it works here? You guys, people come, you new people come, and they come and they say, wow, that's really nice. We really like it. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I would also like to chant like that. That's called the entrance qualification for Raganuga Bhakti. But yet, that person could be a big sannyasi, a guru, or anything, and have thousands of followers, and they come and they look over here and say, ooh, that's weird. See, they're not qualified for Raganuga. They're qualified for Vaidhi, and they go on doing their rules and regulations and teaching their disciples rules and regulations. And neither the guru nor the disciples can raise above that level because it's all by association. Look at you guys. Who are any of us, including Gaura Haridas? Who is he? We're nobodies. Okay? In the world, somebodies are worshipped. See, you have to be a somebody. That means you got to, by hook or crook, become somebody important. Isn't that the way it is now, especially in Kali Yuga? Aren't most of the politicians to become somebody? They cheat, they lie, they steal. Isn't this Kali Yuga or what? Isn't that how they do it in religion and gurus and Vaishnavism also? They, by hook or crook, they become some leader, usually. Or by fudging on the standards. You know, the standard is real simple. You want to be a guru and lead people into the kingdom of God, which is this kind of chanting. You don't have to go anywhere. You're there already. Yeah, Narada Muni doesn't go to the kingdom. He's in the kingdom. He lives in the kingdom. Why? Because he chants like you're chanting. You're liberated souls already. Even the Lord ain't waiting for the crust. Ooh, look at this person. Look at, I don't want to associate with this person because they got a crust. Yeah, the Lord says, I'll associate with you. You don't, I'll take care. I'll associate with them. Okay? And he works from within. Gets the crust eventually too. Well, actually, maybe the Lord likes the crust. It's like pizza. One of my favorite parts of a pizza is the crust, right? It's hard. What is a pizza without the crust? I never order the inner side. They have these square pizzas. I want the crust. I want this nice soft part with the crust. There's something nice about that. I think Krishna's like that too. And, it just bewilders that conditioned part of us. The conditioned part gets bewildered. They look at the crust, not the soft part. See, Krishna's taught me to look at the soft part. Hey, it takes purification, though. I mean, I admit you can't just go there, man. It's not easy just to look at the soft part and actually relish the crust too. I don't know where does words come. Where does this preaching come from? It's like Prabhupada. When he would preach, he would have these most amazing analogies. That's how you know a person's in the real line. They have the really great analogies, and that proves that Krishna was behind Prabhupada in his preaching. And it proves that Krishna's behind this preaching too. Otherwise, I can't. You think I can come up with this stuff on my own? Are you kidding? Need help. Need big brother. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the secret, man. When people find this kind of worship praiseworthy, they enter in, they follow the process, trust the process, and very easily they become ecstatic devotees. That's how Lord Caitanya did it. That's how we do it too. We're already successful. Isn't that amazing? We're a success in Krishna consciousness in a way I haven't seen anywhere. In no Sangha have I seen this go. Narayana Sangha, I've never seen any of this kind of worship. Oh, very respectful, nice devotees, right? Respectful, follow the rules, and sincere. I mean, they surrendered their life to Guru and Krishna and everything. But you don't see this kind of worship. It's special. It's almost like we have a monopoly on this. This is our trademark, ecstatic worship. Public ecstatic worship. Right? Be on Facebook Live, man. Oh, a lot of these mighty bhaktas say, how dare you? You're not supposed to show this. Well, you show it. I ain't going to say anything. I'm of the philosophy now. Well, Lord Chaitanya showed it. Why don't we show it? Nityananda was all over the place with it. The only place that Lord Chaitanya tried to restrain himself, I say tried because it wasn't easy, was amongst the Vaidhi Bhaktas because they would criticize it. It's another level. Eh? You know, I would have, when I came to Krishna consciousness, I would have loved to find a Sangha devotees. Like, this is what I was looking for, but it didn't exist yet. I came, I chanted a couple of names, and I was there, man, in ecstasy. I read Prabhupada's books, Nectar Devotion. I said, wow, these devotees, I could relate. I feel like that. I had those feelings. Even be the first day. I said, oh, and then I read Chaitanya Charitamrita. I said, oh, where are these people? I feel this is my tribe. That would have saved a lot of trouble if this existed at the time, this kind of, where people are, not, speculating on what this is. See, we don't have to speculate. We just do it, right? This is the deed. The Lord shows, it proves, hey, this is bona fide on this spontaneous devotional service. You see? Because he's doing it. Radha's doing it. I can't chant in ecstasy unless Radha and Krishna have approved. I can't preach. Even if I was ecstatic, I couldn't continue to preach this unless Prabhupada actually did come in that dream, which he did. Lucid, very lucid. And Krishna did come and in a waking vision to my second disciple right in front of me and approve. Said, anybody else coming here, you're going to get this boon because this is the way he rolls. This is the way the real disciplic line is. People don't know what is a real line. And a real line is a current of energy. See, a line of like an electric wire all the way back to Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and their devotees. And that current is ecstatic current. Zzz, electrifies. You notice our preaching is electric. Our ecstasy and worship is electric, man. There's no boring Bhagavatam classes here. No ritualistic, ceremonial, stereotype worship here. Spontaneous. No teleprompter here. Well, actually, I do. It's hard to see. It's very subtle. It's like Prabhupada. He said, don't think I wrote these books. Krishna dictated to them. It's like that. You want that kind of relationship with God? You're so close that it's almost like Him speaking through you. Who's speaking? Is it Gaur Hari Das or is it Gaur Hari? Or is it the Das or the Gaur Hari? Which one? You see, that's why what do you know? What is the meaning of the names of devotees? Hari Das. See, that's the closeness you get when you realize yourself, you realize that relationship. See, it's a Hari Das. They're together, bosom buddies forever. Is that good enough for anybody out here? You want that kind of relationship? Well, this is how you do it. This is how many people got it already. You guys are River Yamuna Das. See, together with the Yamuna. See, Shamagori. See, name of Krishna Dasi. You want to realize a name, or you just want to be a devotee in name only? If it's stay inviting, and you'll be more or less like that. Maybe you got a little devotion, but they're not enough to really attract Krishna close and personal, up close and personal. You come here, that's it. That's what we do, man. We like intimacy. I say we because a lot of you're showing that you also like. I think even Tom likes. Sadhguru is going far, far away in his remembrance. We got to get that guy up here. I'd like to get them all up there, you know. Why not, man? You know, we represent the most important personalities in this universe, Radha and Krishna, genuinely, and Lord Chaitanya and his teachings. These teachings should be heard by everybody, you know? Why not? You know, we represent the most important persons in this universe, but they just don't know it yet. That's all. Everybody else thinks Trump's important, or Jai Pataka's important, or Radhanath's important. Well, if you really represent the ecstatic preaching of Lord Chaitanya, which that's the greatest representation. Like one devotee there, Sim, I think, had a little problem with, what? No other opinions? Well, as I said, you know, I can't help it. This is the best opinion. The best opinion is to be liberated like that, you know, like that. And that is like chunk change. That's nothing for Lord Chaitanya. You come in this line, you lose all of your sufferings. So it's the best thing. Prove me wrong. I'm open, man. Prove me wrong. You know, show me something better. I'll follow it. If something better than this is fantastic, man. You got something better than this, I'm down that road. But nobody, I don't believe anybody can show me. I'll challenge all the gurus right now, every single one of them. You come here and show us something better than this. You give me a better conclusion, a better experience and quality of life than this. And then we'll go out. We'll all go. Why not? Lord Chaitanya would go. You show him something better, he would go. But I personally, I've never seen anything better than this. I've been all the sanghas. I've been in ISKCON for 5 years. Nothing like this. Narayan Raj group, 1.5 years. Nothing like this. No kind of happiness like this. Radhakund Babaji, 6 months. Not like this. And all of them, in the name of Raghunuga, some of them, Vaidhi Bhakti. Just rules, regulations, lots of etiquettes, Vaishnava etiquettes. Inside you're dirty, see? You're dirty. Inside the heart is dirty, not clean, because only ecstatic devotion can clean your heart. That's why the Lord quoted a verse from the Bhagavatam, Lord Caitanya in Madhya Lila. He said you could be a perfect Brahmin with all 12 Brahminical qualifications. Perfect, 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 perfect. Mr. Perfect, Mrs. Perfect, with your thread and your perfect deity worshipped in sync with the music and everything going around in your stand. You ever see these pujaris standing like this and all of that? But if you don't have what you see here, you can't even purify yourself or anybody else. Now that's humbling. People have some other standard. I have Lord Chaitanya's standard. That's why you could say, okay, is that going on here? Is Gaurahari able to purify himself by his chanting? Am I getting purified also in that? If yes is the answer to that, well, there you go. That's called the verse. That's called devotee Bhagavat, man. Devotee Bhagavat is the verse personified. If you don't have that, you haven't found the real guru, man, who can lead you to the real Krishna. You'll get the false God. You'll get the Moses who preached against the false God. He said, don't put any idols before me. See, I don't put an idol before anybody. I put the true verse as it is and the experience as it is. See, then by the action, see another verse, Chaitanya Charitamrita, important one, chapter 1. By the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, absorbed in the mellows of devotion, these mellows are transferred in your heart. That's the procedure. That's the formula that we live by, that we preach into the world. Anybody trusts the process, you get it. Otherwise not. Like Maria, she can't understand that. She can't understand that. So the best thing is if you guys help her. Otherwise, you just demigod worships, he dies and goes to the angels. Nice person. Same thing, the Narayan Maharaj group. Nice people. Nice people. You go to the demigods, man. You ain't going where how can you do it? You have to have that bhav. You have the ecstasy that Lord Chaitanya brought. Do we have it? Can you tell that? Is anybody smart enough to be able to look at the scriptures and see, do we have the ecstasy that Lord Chaitanya and his devotees had? At least, a good degree of it. Lord Chaitanya laughed and cried and blowed his nose. Are we, many of us, laughing and crying and blowing our nose? This mucus comes out because of the ecstatic symptoms. Who else is doing that? Any of these? We don't show that. And none of their disciples show that because they can't show that. Yeah. Everybody looks so serious. That's right, I'm acting serious. I'm sorry. I'll make a few jokes. Wait for the jokes. Wait for the jokes. They're coming. They're coming. Yeah. Oh, I like this. Oh, this is so great. All these are qualities of the Lord. Infallible Krishna, the Lord of the devotees, will soon return to Vraj to satisfy his parents. Yeah. So he's thinking, I don't know, I assume he's thinking, the Lord Krishna is going to come in the physical body and satisfy. The Lord was coming every day to satisfy his parents. It's immediate. As they're glorifying Krishna, they're relishing their love for Krishna with the tears of everything. That's the only solace, is to remember Krishna. That's why we do it every day. I can't live like I have to remember Krishna in separation. You know? And that's how the Lord comes. There's no, in a sense, that relieves the separation. The separation itself relieves the separation. It's the only way. If their hearts weren't attached to the Lord, what is it that brings the object? See, this is the thing. This is the way even the world works. When you're really attached and desire money because you hang out with people who want money. You go to Tony Robbins thing. Right? Tony, inspired guy. Kind of demigodish, type guy. And you go there, yeah, I want money, yeah, you're gonna, and then you hunger for the money, but you got to do a lot of discipline. Oh, you got to work for it though, and it'll come eventually too. It takes a long time usually. You got to work a business. Oh man, what can I do? Sometimes maybe you got to cheat a little bit, this or that, or all this. So, but then you get it, man, because you desired it, right? See, even the world works like that, but that's for blockheads. See, if that's for the less intelligent. The more intelligent, if they want wealth, and the real wealth is Krishna, is God, is the Supreme Lord, is to draw him. You want the law of attraction? I shouldn't even tell you guys. I should be charging, like that lady who did the movie, The Law of Attraction. She made $1 billion, millions of dollars from that movie. The law of how to attract what? All this material wealth. And it didn't even work. There's so many complaints. It's so hard to get this law of attraction to work. Of course it is, because that's the way it is. In the world, to attract material things, you got to work. It's a fruitive endeavor. Even in your visualization, every day you got to put the pictures up there and hope, and then do the actions and all that stuff to attract these material heavy blocks. That's for blockheads. You like blocks. Effort, a lot of effort. But you know why? People only do that because they don't know what real wealth is. Real wealth is Krishna, man. Is attachment to Krishna. Love for Krishna. Love for God. Love for Christ. Love for Ram. It's pure. It's purifying. It's the greatest opulence. The Lord, all these treasures of the world come from Krishna. They just come out of him, like out of, just he just actually just kind of shits them out, out of his butt. That's in the world. These are what people call treasure. Oh, that's a really interesting one. People go after what the Lord farts out into the, and they're so attractive to the people of the world. But what attracts the Lord is the love of his devotees. And as Lord Caitanya wants to give that love when you come into the real line. You guys have been just practicing there in ISKCON and all Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Sri. You've just been practicing. Well, you ready for the real deal? Okay, if you are, come there. This is where it gets real, man. This is where you experience this love, because that's our work. I've been ordered. Give love of Krishna even to the lowest persons, starting with Gaur Hari Das. Charity begins at home. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. This is the treasure. Everything else you have to work hard for, and that's why you see the highest level of bhakti is that kind of intimacy where their hearts are so strongly bound to Krishna and they're in love. They just think of Krishna, boom, they got the treasure. That's when you become an advanced chanter. You start chanting, and very quickly the Lord comes. And if he doesn't come that quickly, it's because he's just trying to build up the foreplay. Just make it more. Make him. He wants to see the desire his devotee has for him to come. Hey, this is it, and this is the supreme treasure. That's our Lord. This is like, you think selling a Kirby vacuum is hard? They're expensive. You got to really know your product well and believe in your product. To sell Krishna, you know who Krishna is? He's inconceivable, unattainable. He's inconceivable and unattainable. And we got to sell that Krishna. You got to be empowered to do that. That's why all that you can usually do is, sell the rules, sell the moral directions, right? That's all people do. That's the best. That's what our Dalai Lama, just be a moral, nice person, right? That's all they can do. Religion is at that level too. Just do the rules, the regulations, just follow that. People do it for a time until they say, too hard, especially Kali Yuga. And in Vaishnava is the same thing. They selling you the rules, right? The ceremonies and rules. What do you do when you go to the temple, right? Rules and regulations, and nice flowers, lots of beautiful. You have to have a beautiful temple, right? We take ugly people here, fat, ugly, skinny people here, and make them beautiful temples. They got to make the external beautiful so people, wow, look at all those flowers. Ooh, must be God here. See, we just draw Krishna here. You just come in the real line, hear the truth, and come in the real line, and the Lord walks in. You get a walk in. You want Radha and Krishna walk into your heart? It's that easy. The only hard part is all the stuff they got to go through. It's like they have to go through a jungle to get into us. Right? They're on a safari to get into our hearts. It's so full of jungle growth. But they don't mind. You see, if you welcome them, they'll come in. Isn't that amazing? You come here, you follow this process, you trust this process. And we teach here, you listen well. Then Radha and Krishna will start walking into your temple, even though it's got all these jungle things growing inside from lack of chopping. So they'll come in and use the choppers and spades. No problem. Let's see here. You have rendered exceptional loving service to him, Lord Narayan, the super soul of all and the cause of all existence, the great soul who, although the original cause of everything, has a human-like form. What pious deeds could still be required of you? That's why you see this kind of worship, because of these are the qualities. It's ecstatic, loving worship to the point of tears and these ecstatic, rapturous, intimate moments with God. These revelations come automatically, realizations automatically. What other pious deeds, what other things you're supposed to do you need to purify yourself when you have that level? For those people, like Bhagavad Gita says, no deeds are for them. No duty is required other than this duty. It's just to commune with the Lord, and it's fun, isn't it? Nice. Just come here and relish the awakening relationship with the Lord. It's always springtime. It's always ever fresh. It's exciting. It's thrilling. It's purifying. It's perfect happiness. What else do you want? What else do you need? That's enough pop-ups there. If it, okay, one more pop-up and you're gone there. You're cutting the edge. So infallible Krishna, the Lord of the devotees, will soon return to Raj to satisfy his parents. Having killed Kamsa, the enemy of the Yadus, in the wrestling arena, Krishna will now surely fulfill his promise to you by coming back. O most fortunate one. And that's another thing. See, in the world, relationships that we develop in the world, there's no promise. They can promise. You ever say, I promise I'll come back. You ever see the movies? I promise I'll come back. I'll promise you'll come back. And sometimes they die on the way. They don't come back. This is how it is. All relationships are like this. You think, oh, I'm rich now. And then your money is just taken away, just somehow or other, you cheated out of it. Your husband, your wife, your children, one day they could just be gone and they don't come back. This is the world. It's hard to face usually. What? I don't want to think about that. Don't tell me that. Not yet. I don't want to think about that. See? But the Lord promises to come back. This is what you get here. You get a relationship with the Lord will come back, even though maybe you're going through spots of purification and you're in a cloud. But he will come back, and that's part of the purification. He's actually in there, and he's got this big cloud of anartas and bullshit in there. He's just pushing it out so he can be, he can manifest to you. So he's working, man. It's just you got these things you've been holding on to, so long. He's in there. He's pushing it out, man. So there's more clear relationship, more clarity on the whole subject. You're not going around thinking, am I in the right place? Is Gohari a real guru? You get more clear, about what's going on. It's that this is real. Go ahead, Tom. What?
Yeah, I wrote it down. When there is no taste for progress anymore, then the process is dead. So when somebody is happy with that temporary result, there's no progress anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's why it's one of desire. The best thing you can get here by association is the desire to worship like this. Otherwise, if it's not there, that's why that's some people here, they don't have that desire. Oh, um, I don't know if I don't think I want that ecstasy. They don't see its importance, its value, and so they oh no, they still believe in their path. See, if you're not, if you got to come to the point where you finally think, okay, this isn't, I want more. Is there anything more to life than this? I mean, that's really how it is for most people, if they're going to come here. Whatever path you're on. People, a good question to ask in Krishna consciousness, say you're in ISKCON or these other groups, is there anything more? If you come to that point, if you're just satisfied doing all the rules and regulations and ceremonies, and you look forward to that, and you think, I'm really happy just going around offering my flowers and all of that, then this probably won't be interesting to you because you're satisfied with that. And even Vedavyas, he didn't write the Bhagavatam until he was dissatisfied with what he was teaching, the rules, regulations, and ceremonies. And then his heart was not, is there anything more, Lord? He prayed to God, and then the ecstatic guru came. Some of you were probably like that. You were thinking, you like Prabhupada, you liked his books, but then you see what's going on, you think, I don't think that's really it or perfect. I want more than that. See, and then this happens. If you don't know Krishna, how he reveals himself, you are not real God lover. Yeah, if you don't know Krishna and how he reveals himself, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes to. See, Krishna reveals himself to you here. That's the thing. Otherwise, you don't know. That's why they call it external bhakti. Okay. For him, no one is especially dear or despicable, superior or inferior. And yet he is not indifferent to anyone. He is free from all desire for respect, and yet he gives respect to others. For him, no one is especially dear or despicable, superior or inferior. He has no mother, no father, no wife, no children, or other relatives. No one is related to him, and yet no one is a stranger to him. He has no material body and no birth. See, you see, Uddhava is talking about these qualities of Krishna in the Atma. How the Lord is in everything, and he's pure. He's not adverse or attracted to anything material, especially. Well, actually, materially, he's but yet he has no father and no mother or anything. Yet he's got this incarnation. He has a father and a mother. It shows you the Lord, even, and the devotees. Even a devotee is not satisfied knowing that kind of transcendental knowledge. No. They want this sweet, intimate relationship with the Lord. They want to see the Lord or feel the Lord. Even in separation, they want to remember the Lord, and it invokes their love for the Lord. See, they want that relationship. See the Lord as a person. They want to see the Lord as a person, not as this one energy. Like a lot of people in the Brahmin level, they just see God as oneness. They're not happy. They want the Lord like a person, just like we like friends in the world, right? We want a friend. Don't want to just be alone. Wouldn't it be nice to have a friend? Okay. But on this path, you're not, unless if a person is mundane, you're not satisfied. I'm not satisfied with mundane persons that think in a mundane way, that are attracted to mundane things. I want to be around people who love Krishna, love his name and his pastimes. I want to be people around me, part of that family. That's why we're like this. See, after a while, the only thing you'll want to do, you want to be friendly with people to help them become part of this family. Because their families, I mean, I don't care. You can say, well, all paths are just as good as yours. Well, hey, man, if your path isn't giving you entrance into the kingdom of God, I mean, like in this life, then what do you want to just go? What do you want to just, you want to loiter in this material world? Well, what good is that to me? I mean, you can follow, you can loiter all you want. You know, like Maria, she can loiter here all she wants with her seeing her, whoever she sees there. She can loiter around in there with her friends. See, she still thinks she got the friends, you know, and all that. And 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 I don't. Oh, you don't need this. I don't trust his process. It's just an example. This is the way people are. You know. So I'm not here to waste my time. That's why I just said goodbye. Okay, fine. You're here. Oh, you don't see the value of this. You get to associate personally here with this kind of energy, this kind of potency. Don't even get a call. That shows you. Thinks the mundane is the same. Okay, well, you don't know the Lord's attitude. People don't know. Oh, you don't appreciate God and God's devotees in this kind of devotional potency, this special opportunity for the world? Well, okay, we'll give the message, but okay, you're not receiving. I don't want. I don't have time for that. Do you get the gist? Do you understand? Do you understand why Lord said, Lord Jesus was here and he was giving special mercy of the Holy Spirit? He knew it. Nobody else knew it. He said, give them the message, give them the opportunity. And if they give, we don't need to shake the dust off your feet as a warning and move on. They're not ready. They want to loiter in the world. They don't see the value of this. But you know, there are people looking for this, right? They're looking for this connection. They come into incarnate for this because this is the best place to develop your love for Krishna. Even if you die and you're qualified here, but you have some crust, which most of us probably will. We go to the Bhumi Vrindavan, where the Lord comes with his most advanced devotees from the spiritual world. You know, like the Rupa Goswamis and Sanatans, you know, and Raghunath Das's, and then associate with them and get the final thing. And then you come and go, do whatever you want. Go in on the entourage with Lord Caitanya. Go with him, you know, all these things. So it's a fabulous opportunity, man. I can just preach to people. I spend some time with them, but if they don't see the value, man, hey, man, see you later, man. Oh yeah, follow your path, man. Go wherever you want, man. I know where I'm going. Go ahead there.
What you gave Maria, the relationship that you had with Maria, I'd never seen that before. Some of these things, or I didn't realize in myself how you treated her, how your relationship with her, and everything, the time you spent with her in ecstasy, in hearing the scriptures.
Yeah.
You gave her so much, Maharaj. You know, relationship. You left her with some stuff, Maharaj. You know, this. You know, she received so much from you. You know, I was jealous of your, not her. I wasn't jealous of her. I was jealous of your relationship with her, Maharaj. It wasn't her, you know, because I don't know her. And your relationship with her was like, wow. It's like you gave so much. So
Well,
she might be back.
I'm not trying to make the same mistake I had before. So now I just had to draw the line. So there's a chance now, you know, because, you know, the truth will set people free. Give them a chance. I know how, you know, after a while, sometimes with too much closeness, people think it's ordinary. They even talk about that, you know, too much closeness if they start to think, oh, I'm the same, we're just equal and all that. Hey man, there's no equality here, you know. we have something to really give. You know, I met people like her, like with her. You know, she in her mind remembering. You know, the what do you call it? In memories, all the time in memories, thinking of memories, just living a life of memories, man. That is death, man. To me, it's death, and she knew it too. So I think she'll, this is just a thing. It's a kind of a little bit of a trick, um, just to, kind of jog something. But she knew that I didn't like to speak about mundane things, but she's always, because you can't get out of it. You need help to get out of memory. Otherwise you just live in memories, futurizing or memories. And that's illusion, man. Or even in the now, you try to live in the now. That's still, compared to this type of understanding and this level, that's still illusion. To be here now is still illusion. Be here now with what? With I'm here now, and I feel the air. I see the walls. See, you're still seeing mundane shit, man. It may be a better place to be, because if you live in the future in your mind, if you live in the future, you get anxiety.
Yeah.
See? If you live in the past,
Anxiety.
then you get materially moody and materially emotional, but nothing is to do with. So when you're living now, like in the past times, this is what we're preaching, something very rare. The whole world doesn't know this. We're here, be here now with Krishna, which here you're like 100%. When you really get this, when you're chanting, you're 100% here with the transcendental potency, the transcendental name and pastimes like this. And that produces the awakening of God, the highest level of consciousness of this relationship with the Lord. Eckhart Tolle can't pass this on to anybody. He's just into be here now and all that. It all shows in the face. A realized devotee, Prabhupada taught this. The face is the index of the mind. If you see a devotee ecstatically communing with God, there's nothing like it. The person looks intoxicated and blissed out and in great ecstasy, and they shine. But people don't know this standard. They never seen it, therefore they pay it no mind. I used to, when I was the only one ecstatic, and I would post my pictures because it's beautiful to see anybody, even your own self, ecstatic. To look at the picture, you get ecstatic. I used to post them. Look at the, and people say, "Oh, the false ego. He's into himself." They think it's the same as a guy with this. People, they do it. See, the reflection is people look at their mundane selves and they take a selfie like that just because they have some external beauty. Something, just shaped. It's like, a sculptor shapes a material form and, oh, that's really beautiful. So they got that kind. So Brahma makes a good shape. You see these beautiful ladies. They're infatuated with their mundane beauty. I see them all the time at the coffee shops, and they're really doing it now. But they'll take selfies here and selfies there. Oh, they're infatuated with the false ego, with the external self. Yeah, a devotee is infatuated with the spiritual potency, especially when it's on a devotee. Even themselves, it's okay. I can do selfies and all that, and it's beautiful. When I'm in ecstasy, it's a beautiful picture. I get something. People will get something. But see, people don't understand the subtleness. That's why I have to explain these things. Otherwise, nobody knows. They don't know why, when Gadadhar met Pundarik Vijayanidhi, who was an ocean of this ecstatic devotion, Pundarik Vijayanidhi was looking in two mirrors. He was ecstatically looking at his face, his own image, because he's seeing Krishna. Krishna is this ecstatic countenance, this mood. So he's looking in two mirrors. Ooh. And Gadadhar was even fooled. He said, "Oh, this guy's a materialistic Vaishnava. Materialistic person. He's looking at selfies. It's not the same." That's why people promote these ecstatic pictures of devotees in ecstasy. That's real preaching. People see something ecstatic. This is very rare. And of course, they're going to not like it at first because they're contaminated. Most people, and some people will like it, but a lot of people it starts the purification. What do you think it says? Everything related to a devotee is spiritual. Why do people want Prabhupada's cane? Why do they want his shoes, his tooth? Why not his picture? You ever see people have Prabhupada's picture? How about the pictures of ecstatic devotees? That's great. You show where the path is. That's why this is part of the preaching. The words, the preaching, the pictures of devotees. Start posting those things profusely. The otherwise you're going to look Radhanath. Is Radhanath sayings good enough for you? You like the being selfless servants and a lot of these new age type things. Well, that's what people get. They meditate on that. But there are people looking for this too. You post some of these sayings, these jokes that we make, and all that stuff up there. They're looking for that. They're looking. That's why Jesus taught this, and that's why I have to teach this too. You guys have lights. Don't keep a bushel over it. Especially you guys sitting in the background over there. Why don't you get in the mood of Lord Caitanya and spread this around? Why don't you do some Facebook lives? Get out of this thing. Now, come on, you're here and you're living. You got this opportunity. Get out there and do something. You can do it. If you sit and you listen, you watch all these things, get up there and do a Facebook Live. What? Don't let this false ego. Oh, I don't know. I can't. What? That's bullshit, man. What? You don't get the energy to do overcome that? What? Well, that's your challenge, man. Get up there. You fear, get up there and do it anyway. You'll see. Learn how it is to be empowered by Krishna. Krishna will speak through you. And then you'll get the enlivenment of that. See? Don't let the false ego, because your society and your politicians and your teachers and your mother and father pushed you down, repressed you. So get up out of repression now. Get up, stand up for this. Many of you can do it. Don't be a wimp. You listen for a year or 2 years, you should have the energy now. You do have the energy. Just get up there and do it and feel it, experience it. I had to push some people. I had to push River out there. And get up there and dance, and stuff like that in the beginning. Remember that? Get up there. You just do it. Okay.
Yeah, that was my first purification. Because I went through it. You was in Mayapur, and these things were happening. And then it happened. I got through it. That's a great one, Maharaj, the first one.
Yeah.
And then you said dance, and I went downstairs and danced for you. Yeah. And I also said, all of these material things like anxiety and stress and fear have stopped me from doing so many things. In a way, it's okay. But here I said to myself, no, I'm not going to allow that. And when you used to call us, like a group call, I had this anxiety inside me, like, what am I going to say? What are they going to think of all of this? But it's happened more. They've been cleared out more. So it's so joyful to get together and go through. And I needed it. I needed you to just do it, Yamuna. Just do it.
Yeah. You need a little
naughty girl.
Like the little birds. They don't want to get out of the nest. You push them out. They got to fly. Okay. Fly or die.
But you've been here, constantly available. That's been a great thing for us to be able to sound and vision.
Remember when Lalita first started dancing? I told her dance. And she get up and start dancing. But then she danced with her back to the camera because Lalita Madhavas, he was more of a strict Vaidhi then. And he said, "Oh, you never put your back to the deity." So she just danced, and her back was the funniest thing. I got to find that video. She's dancing her back to the camera.
It was lovely. You could see that she was opening up and expressing herself.
Beautiful.
It was wonderful. Remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, these things. Okay, let's see what else we can get out of here. He has no work to do in this world that would oblige him to take birth in a pure, impure, or mixed species of life. Yet, to enjoy his pastimes and deliver his saintly devotees, he manifests himself. So he has no work to do in this world that would oblige him to take birth in a pure, impure, or mixed species of life. See, pure, he's saying, like pure being a Brahmin. That's as pure as you get, really. And impure is in the mode of ignorance, So there's no work that can cause a person to do that. That's why it's so important to become what they call Madhyamadikari in the Vaishnava line, which is the awakening of this love of God. See, the awakening keeps you from that obligation. See, that's where the symptoms of that Brahma says in Bhagavatam, those who evince the symptoms of ecstasy, tears in the eyes, standing the hairs, all these other things, are promoted to the kingdom of God. They don't take birth here in the material world. See, this doesn't obligate you anymore, even though you may still have some sin in you. Where sin, what is sin? Mode of ignorance. You do some ignorant things. And that's just gradually. But the Lord protects you now. You have the protection of your love awakened for God. So even if there's some fudging or because of past sin, you act in kind of not in a really perfect way or something, and still the Lord purifies you because of your love. So there's no more obligation for you to come back here, because now you're free in your love for God, and all you do is just get more and more purified. Well, the spiritual world, you'll go and where the Lord has his pastimes. That's what the Vedas say. And then you go and you spend maybe the life there with Krishna, seeing Radha. I mean, because we're devotees of Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna. So where are we going to go? We're going to go to them, right? We're not devotees of just Christ. We are. I mean, I am. I mean, I love Christ. Christ is... I was saved by that. Was my first introduction into what is love, real love, to an extent. And that's what you have to have. You have to have this love of Christ, love of Krishna, and then it just develops more and more and more. So, and this is what the Vaishnavas don't know. I'm trying to teach people that you got to come to this platform of Madhyamadikari, true Madhyam. Real Madhyam is not this thing you get a thread and you're now qualified to study the Vedas and worship the deity. That's not real Madhyamadikari. Real Madhyamadikari is like the scriptures say, love of God awakens in your heart because you got the mercy of the Vaishnava. See, you get the true second birth. This is not really a second birth. That's still material. To become a Brahmin, that's not the second birth. The second birth Jesus was talking about is what we do here, this thing, the birth of this love in your heart. See, this is what really purifies you deeply, deep cleaning of the heart. Okay, give us a word, some devotees here. Say something. Shamagori. Okay, nothing coming. All right, River, give us a word. Tom, give us a word.
Yes. I just found in this verse that Chaitanya means waking up. Yeah. So Chaitanya means living force, and Chaitanya means waking up, and Krishna means all attractive, and Krishna means attraction. They are so beautiful explaining what's the whoa, yeah, whoa. I'm looking up verses from the Shastras, and they are so complementary to what you say. It really works. Like devotee Bhagavat and book Bhagavat. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about, is relishing like you're doing. See, this is the great gift, is to relish God. This is God. God are these words. These words are spirit. They're so when you can look at the Shastras there and see these beautiful conceptions as they are, that's the perfect representation of the Lord in this world. So if it attracts your heart and you get bliss and you get ecstasy and tears, fortunate. You've got the gift. See, you follow the process. You've come here for years, see? And this works. It happens. Shamaguri has been coming regularly. River also following the process. They consider Gaur Hari Das, the yellow shirt guy, their guru. See, and leading them in the right place, into a place where their heart wants to go. Yeah. If you want to be a good businessman, go to Tony Robbins. If you want to follow a lot of rules and regulations, go to Radhanath. Go to Jayapataka or some ISKCON guru. Isn't that? I mean, basically, what do you want to do? You want ecstatic worship of the Lord? Well, that's kind of what we do here, isn't it?
I want to be functional in this process. Yes, following this process is making you is making you functional, and then the Satchidananda is relishable. Then it's functional. It's
That's the function. That's the function here, is to be able to relish the name of God, the pastimes of the Lord, the words of God, these conceptions of the Lord. They're perfect. Perfect understanding. That's why I say this is the right path. Everything else is more or less wrong. See? Unless they are devotional. And to me, these concepts of the absolute truth that are brought from Prabhupada and the Goswamis are the best of them all. Prove me wrong that you've signed any conceptions as clean, as clear, as deep as these. I haven't seen anything like that. Not even the Bible is deep as this. I love the Bible. The Bible is complementary. But still, there's, it's editors, and it's 2,000 years of editors, and mixing, there's mixtures. I mean, you got to be able to sort it out. And you can. The more bhakti you get, the more clear you get, the more you can sort it out. You can sort things. You become a good sorter, like a mailman sorting the mail. Yeah, this goes here and goes there. Yeah. River, give us a word.
I can remember I got to this point where I was just looking at them worshipping, the Sikhs worshipping, at the Golden Temple in India, worshipping, and I couldn't think of anything, but I was just watching, and what are they doing? What is this doing for the people? Because it looks really full on, this worship that they do, that I've seen regularly in Sikhs. I'm like, but what is it doing? It wasn't functional, Maharaj. That preaching. But here, this kind of worship, it's so functional. It's something completely. I didn't want to do that, what they were doing. Just sitting down and I didn't want to do that. I didn't come from that. Well, I did, but I couldn't do that. Here, everything's been given. We've gone through the illusion of what religious principles and religion tells us, gone through that, and actually the real religious principles have been building within us, really, truly. So many things have happened to me to come this way, to walk this way. So many songs, so many things just to come this way. And it's beautiful. It's really great. And thank you very much. This is functional. It's really, truly functional. This path it functions all the way for every individual who is following this path right now, for all of us, to give us what we need to keep walking this path, and leave, all of those illusions that we still have some hooks into, some illusions that we just leave them behind more and more. And it's working, and we're held. We can do that because we're held. We can grow now. We're safe. We have shelter. We can grow now. We can see danger. We're shown the danger and stuff, and we can grow. It's so beautiful. Thank you very much.
It's because that saying people say it's all about love. It's all about love. In a sense, it really is, because the love of God is this, the attractive force. See, it's like the law of attraction. They say, well, when you have love for the supreme object of attraction. See, when they say law of attraction, meditate. They even teach this. You can learn what this is all about through this. People in the law of attraction, they teach you, okay, what do you want? Make a little map of the object, a picture map, and meditate on that object and develop some feeling for it. And the more feeling you have for that, the quicker it'll come to you. They teach that. See, well, it's the same kind of principle. When you take the object, and I'm preaching, you're preaching. The supreme object is Krishna's name, Lord Chaitanya's name, the names of God. You don't even have to think of them as God, because God has a bad rap. Just these names. Just put them before your attention, and chant. And this love, if in this kind of association, this love for that name will manifest more and more. This bliss that you get in chant, this freedom you get, you'll start to find out. See, then now Krishna, the name as a track, comes close to you, and therefore you can begin to see it as it is, what it is, its attributes. See, and this is very fulfilling to the heart. Matter of fact, the most fulfilling. You realize your heart was looking for this all the time, outwardly, and could never be satisfied. Okay. Now you found real satisfaction. See, all from this chanting in association with devotees, with more intimate devotees. So if you're chanting out there in these groups, all of them, and you're not getting that kind of closeness with God to the point of tears and ecstasy and all that, well, come here. Come here. This is what we do. This is intimacy. The more, the better. See, and then it's the law of attraction. Then automatically the Lord is attracted to you and your heart is fulfilled. There's no duty you need to perform but love on God, by engaging in pure devotional practice now. You've been given the gift. Now you have the gift of attraction to the Lord. And it just grows like from a mustard seed more and more and more into a big tree. And grows more and more and more. It takes over the whole planet. The whole universe, maybe. So yeah, it's all about love, but love of what? Love of God. You see that. And then seek the kingdom of God, which is just what I said, and all else is added. Whatever you need will come. Come or not come, doesn't matter. You'll get by.
Can I say something, Gurudev?
Oh yes, good.
Yeah. Now it's about, I have not counted months, that I'm living without these antidepressiva.
Without what?
And I'm getting antidepressiva.
What is that?
Antidepressants.
Oh, antidepressants. Okay.
Oh,
Is that right?
I'm living without since months now.
Wow.
And it's so amazing for me, because I have been taking them for years now. And then again, trying to live without, it didn't work. A couple of times, It did not work. I had to take them again. But now, it's such a great relief for me. And I'm so happy. I can relish the pastimes so much more, the chanting so much more. The association, everything has become more positive for me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And yeah, it really is. I tell you. When I can only speak for myself, I remember when I went into this depression, I felt like falling in a deep hole, a deep hole of darkness, uncomfortable. It was really horrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish nobody to have this, really. But now I'm so grateful. I'm happy that I can be without it, and it works for me. It works for me now, really.
Yeah.
By the
Well,
grace
look.
and mercy of you and Lord Caitanya.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
yeah.
That's all I can say. I've been praying to my Lord, please help me with this now. I don't want to take them anymore. Please relieve me from this. And he did. He did. So
Yeah. Well, it brings you out. It's like Varaha takes us out of the waters of devastation, that darkness. It just brings us up.
really. Yeah.
A lot of people they are on antidepressants. They say like about 40% of people, especially now, the very depressing time. And that's just the way. This is a dark time. This is that. I was telling somebody this, that I don't believe there's any other real practical functional way other than chanting these names in association with devotees to have our spirits lifted. See the spirit lifted, God coming up, and this love awakening. What else? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to take drugs, or do people go to alcohol, suiciding? All that stuff is happening now. So much. They're giving you a push, tricking you to put these shots. People are dying like flies now. They're just like all over the place. They just did what do you call it, documentaries, sudden death syndrome thing. They're showing you all the people just boom, 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 boom. They just, and because this is just it's part of the plan. That's the thing. The Lord can change his mind, and he may very well change his mind, make it like do a reverse here. But we're doing our part. You see, this is our part to do it. Everybody, we're all working together. The demons, the demigods, and the devotees are working together because there's something that's coming from this. This is all in the body of God. Even people that get diseases, often it does some kind of healing for them ultimately. See, they find out, they learn things, they understand things. So that's why disease is here, and then the antibodies come up against it and fight the disease. We're like these little cells in the body of God. It includes everybody, the demons, the demigods, and the devotees. We're all in him. It's amazing, actually. And we have our little part to play in this. Big part, actually. Who's doing stuff like this, really? Yeah, they're doing the assisted suicide now in Canada. See, because they just it's this plan, the demons. Well, I don't have to label them. The people that are in charge, they decided that there's just too many people they consider, and they want to do something about it. What are you going to do? They figured this is more compassionate to do it like this than to line them up and shoot them. Really, I'm telling you, this is, this, otherwise this, you either line them up and shoot them, which they still might do, or you inject them with the, like lethal injections. And plus, they got their motives because there's other things they put in there, and it's an experiment. It's like in Nazi Germany, the Nazis, they were always experiment. They liked to experiment on human subjects. Try this vaccine and that vaccine. They wanted to do things. So they do a little bit of everything. A lot of people die. And a lot of people they want to do this to make. They want to try and manipulate the minds of people. This Kali Yuga, in one sense, is pretty horrible. It really is. The mindset of these demons is terrible. No empathy at all, nothing. And they trick you and lie to you and deceive you to do these things. So anyway, amen. Come here, anybody can come here. Come here and be saved from this. Come here and you'll find what real life is. This is the life. I mean, even in the midst of it. I mean, I don't feel in my heart any I feel like that verse. The Lord doesn't have any animosity towards anybody. He doesn't hate anybody, doesn't love anybody. Not in the world. See, the world ain't real. Why would you? Do you love your shadow? The Lord doesn't love his shadow either. But he loves the soul. He wants the soul to come back, to awaken out of this darkness. So we can have these loving relationships. See? Otherwise, he's neutral to what's going on here. It's just neutral. He doesn't love this. He doesn't hate this. That's why he comes. Go ahead. What?
No, just something. I feel like he just took me and dropped me off right in the Sangha. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah. It's now more than 2 years ago. So I feel like he just took me, dropped off here, and put me in the right place.
Yeah. Yeah, so we may get some more drop-offs here, Some more, what do you call, refugees. We're here for...
Yeah.
They're seeking, if you're seeking asylum from Maya, you can come here. We'll give you asylum. You won't have to go back to Maya. No deportation here. You only deport yourself if you want to go back into that crap. Hold on.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm staying here. Oh. I'm holding on. Yes.
Yeah, so that's it. Basically, it's an opportunity, functional one. It works here, man. Can you imagine? I mean, you think you're going to get relief in Vaidhi Bhakti, but you go there, and then you got the guru, Acharya Dev, telling you go get the shot. So that to me tells me there's not full. I mean, the person can't see the game of that. Can't see that that's poison. Shows that he hasn't overcome fear yet. Can you imagine? He's a guru, hasn't overcome fear. He hasn't overcome the deceptions of the world. Come on, what kind of, you come to Krishna? Don't you want to be protected? Shouldn't the guru protect your body even? And your mind. This stuff affects your body and mind. This stuff. See, but him and the other gurus advocating these things shows you they're small fries, man. You guys, you need help, man. The Lord, he's neutral to all of this as a super soul. He's not against it or for it. But yet, what if we didn't come? What if you didn't have an external manifestation of that here, trying to convince you to stop going that way? That's why the Lord takes on a form as an avatar, as a human-like form. Even the guru, when the guru is self-realized, it's a human-like form now. They are now used by the transcendental Lord to save the world. They're one of those verses. God so loved the world. He doesn't love the world. He loves the people, the souls in the world that are in illusion. He wants to help them, get them out of this suffering condition. He helps himself in that way because, in a sense, a piece of himself is in this darkness. That's why he comes, and the real spiritual master comes. See, we can take these leaders out of the darkness. They're still in. When that means the world has overcome you. You know, that is not. Don't think you're going to get safety in ISKCON or any of these groups advocating what the world is advocating. You're not safe. I'm looking for where's the qualities of safety? Safety in those who see things as they are, even on that level. They see who's cheating you. Prabhupada saw this. He said the demons, the Rakshasas are managing this world. Look how long ago that was. He said this. He saw this way back when. We need that kind of sight. That's why even in our sangha, some of the devotees, who took that, started this. Oh, it's okay, and I axed that one quickly, immediately. Save as many as we can here. See, it's not so easy to be a guru. It's not so easy to lead people out of illusion. You need this. Who can wield this? Are you ready for it, Tom? You ready for this? The sannyas done that? How about you? Ready to take sannyas?
You are doing a perfect job over there. Yes. You're getting all of us out of this Maya.
I have to have the help. As long as Krishna and Radha come with every day, then it'll work. You know.
I know it will.
I'm just holding onto their coattails.
I got full faith.
Yeah. Well, you guys are growing up fast too, which is nice. When SB goes and engages with politicians, what shelter does he? Who's SB?
Somebody.
Oh, somebody goes and engages with politicians. Yeah, exactly. That's why I say, it's time for people to hear the frank truth. If you're in ISKCON, don't think I'm against anybody. I'm just trying to help you, man. That's not help. I got to tell you. I mean, you think, what is it? You think I shouldn't say this stuff and that you're getting help? No, the truth will set you free if you want. I mean, if not, go follow that. Go get your injections. Go ahead. I mean, I can just warn you. I can say that's, and I can show you. I try to show every day. This is the standard of Krishna consciousness. Where it leads to is this kind of worship, ecstatic worship of God, with the tears and the choking and all that intimacy, and then preaching as it is truth about it, boldly, clearly, logically, convincingly, so that people can convince to follow this path. Because if you do, you're saved. I don't consider being saved going to persons that are fooled by the world. Acharya Dev is fooled by the world. He believes he's supposed to be intelligent. It proves to me that material intelligence, or going to school and getting big degrees, having the rubber stamp that you're Acharya Dev, is enough to be free. No, it's not. Sorry, that's just the truth. You don't like to hear it? You want me to be etiquette about it? No. There's no time. People need to be saved that are going there, and they think that those are the real leaders. No, they're not the real leaders. They're leading you over the cliff. They're the blind leading the blind. Their actions are proving it now. They're doing what the politicians do. The politicians take your injection. They say take your injections. See, that person can't save you, man. Dalai Lama, same thing. Take your injections. Politician, take your injection. He can't save you either. But that's our work, is saving souls, man. You want to come out, you want to have real life, you want to love God and be free eternally. Well, that's what we do here. So, balls in your court, world, those who identify with the world. Or religion. You ready to come out of religion and religious leaders who are just as bad as the politicians? We still have pedophiles in Krishna consciousness, in ISKCONs. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They still let them run. Unbelievable. How are they going to say, come on, gee, Jago, do you really want Krishna? Do you really want to be saved? You think that's being saved? What kind of spiritual potency do they have? It's just this religion. Why we are the verse here. Abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to Krishna. We've done that. We surrender to Radha and Krishna. They're in our hearts. Many of us feel that. Relish that. Relish. Tom's reading the verses, relishing the verse. That means he's got the Bhakti Lata Bij. You cannot do that unless you have the Bij from the Guru. These things would just be words on a page. When I met my first wife, her guru, who couldn't promote this either, couldn't transfer it, said, read Chaitanya Mangal, man. And she looked just words on a page to her until I spoke that to her. And then she had the awakening. It's the way it works. Yeah. All right, let's take a break. I'm going to move around a little bit. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Haribol. Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Shama, Tom, devotees.